Hey, Mike Thompson here with you today. I'm doing another video in my series on fear, stress, and anxiety. Today we're looking at how to overcome fear. Stop and think really quick. How have you overcome fear in the past? Fear of the dark, fear of spiders, fear of heights, whatever it is. What have you done that's worked in the past? If you can't figure it out, the phrase that I often hear from people and that I think fits this the best is the phrase, face the fear. Not a fun thing to do, but it works. Now, somebody asked me, what does it mean to face the fear? Well, it's to do it, to actually experience it, whatever it is. That's how we overcome this fear. Now, I'm not saying if you're afraid of bears to go face a bear. There's some spaces where that fear is the way it should be, and we should leave that bear alone. Unless you have a gun or something like that, then you don't need to be afraid of fear, because fear has to do with power. But and if we don't have the power, then we shouldn't face it. But things like, for example, public speaking is something you can get up and do, something you can face. An example that they often use is systematic desensitization, which is a big word for facing the fear. Something they might do with spiders, for example. First, they have you, on a simple scale, think of a spider. Just in your head, think of a spider. Maybe think of a spider in the room or outside of the room. And then next, they might show you a picture of a spider. Then they might have you just look into a room at a spider that's in a cage. Until finally they get you up to the point where you're actually holding a tarantula in your hand. And step by step, as you do that, the fear starts to dissipate. So what happens when you face the fear, in the moment, you feel it to an extreme, to a high level, but then it starts to go down, and it goes down step by step by step by step, and gets less and less. What happens if you avoid that fear that you didn't face? You could have faced it, but you didn't. You didn't face it. In that case, the challenge is that it just gets worse over time. That's why people that don't face things like going out into public, if they're afraid of being in crowds, or just being around people in general, if they don't face that fear, typically that fear just gets worse, and over time really overpowers them. So now my invitation from this video is to go out and face something. Find something you can face, go face it. Or go help somebody else to face something. Start looking at other people and how they can face things, and see how that changes their life. If you can do that, it makes your life better, it makes other people's lives better. You don't have to go out to face things just to face things. Face things that help you to improve your life. If you decide that's not important, I'm okay with how things are, you don't need to face it. But this will help you to face things and become better. For example, for me, one thing that I've faced that was tough for me was creating these videos. Initially, I had a hard time putting myself up on the internet. It made me scared. It took me a long time to face it. I took a long time to get myself to publish a video because it was really challenging for me. And over time, this has gotten easier and easier and easier. And I know you can do the same thing. So I invite you to do that. Our next video will be, what if there is nothing to face? Because in some circumstances, it's in the future. There's nothing to face. What do we do in that case with fear? And so I invite you to come back for that one. If you like this video, make sure to mark that you liked it. And I appreciate any comments. So thanks, and we'll see you later.